Welcome to the final week of the Oscars 2018 reviews on the documentary, foreign language, and animated films. This week we conclude the genre that you guys want, but a lot of people are not excited about some of the films that I'm going to be talking about. As I talk about a kid who works with a secret agent baby, an Afghan girl cross-dresses as a boy to help her family, a young kid finding his great-great-grandfather in the land of the dead, a bull who wants to enjoy flowers instead of doing bullfights, and a man asking questions about the death of a famous artist. The films I am talking about are The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. And starting up once again with the film that was and guaranteed the least likely to win, and that is The Boss Baby. For Dreamworks Animation's history in this category, this is their 11th nomination, tying in with Pixar with the most nominations. Of course, they won the first year when this category was introduced with Shrek, and the last time they won was Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Technically, it's more of an Aardman film, but it was a collaboration between the two studios. All their other 8 films, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, a double nomination with Shrek 2 and Shark Tale, which I'll talk about in a second, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, another double nomination for Kung Fu Panda 2 and Puss in Boots, and their last nomination in the film that was so close to win was How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, regarding the Shark Tale, not just because it had an Oscar nomination, but it was critically hated, and it got in over the Polar Express, Teacher's Pet, and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Sure, they're not critically beloved like Shrek 2 and The Incredibles, but at least they're better than that piece of garbage. But now with The Boss Baby, do I actually agree with the critics here? Well, the animated Dreamworks film is directed by Tom McGrath, who previously directed Megamind, a very underrated animated film, and best known for directing the Madagascar films, except for Penguins of Madagascar. And this is loosely based on the 2010 picture book of the same name by Marla Frazee. It's about Tim Templeton, who gets a new baby brother named Boss Baby, and finds out he works for an agent called Baby Corp, and he's down on Earth to find out a new puppy that's being revealed, since babies are losing its love population to puppies. Tim wasn't really impressed by this talking baby, because he's taken away the love of his parents, but they decided to work together to save the company and the baby to get out of the family. Yes, that's one of the big flaws here, since it's rather a predictable story. Michael McCullers' writing here is somewhat lazy, since it's focusing more on the heart instead of an adaptation. Plus, with the film being a comedy, it's not funny. There were 1 or 2 jokes that made me chuckle, but it goes for the stereotypic jokes you see in every kid's film. And the characters are completely bland and unoriginal. I will give it this, it does have some great performances here, especially Alec Baldwin as Boss Baby, and Miles Bakshi, the grandson of animator Ralph Bakshi, as Tim. But the rest, like Tim's parents, Boss Baby's co-workers, even the villain and his assistants, are completely bland, especially how the predictable story goes. And if there was one thing I didn't like about this film, is the cartoonish animation. I know that a lot of people would say that animated films are supposed to be like cartoons, like the Hotel Transylvania films, but I'm judging this as a movie, not a Saturday morning cartoon in 97 minutes. I get that they're paying homage to the characters of the 50s and 60s, but it looks odd in computer animation. Sure, the imagination scenes look good and gets me hand-drawn animation vibes, but the designs of the characters, what makes it bad. Especially their big heads and eyes. That's one of the problems in today's modern era of animated films, and this is coming from Dreamworks out of all places. With all the criticism I'm giving to this film, for some reason, I kinda enjoyed it. Yes, there are a lot of problems, but it was a lot of fun here, and I did like the heart of the film between Tim and Boss Baby. My only recommendation is for those who are Dreamworks fans, and those who didn't see it yet. Just watch it once and see how you feel. I mean, it's better to watch the film than watching a human showing you what's inside of his stomach. That is not demonetized or removed from a video website called YouTube. So, like Loveless being overrated for me, The Boss Baby is somewhat underrated for me. I was surprised I didn't really hate it as much than what I thought it was going to be, but I still think Megamind is more underrated than this, and Tom's better film. I probably won't watch the Netflix show The Boss Baby Back in Business, probably because Baldwin and Bakshi didn't reprise their roles for the show, but I don't know how the sequel will be in 2021. So after watching Alec Baldwin as a baby, we go and meet a bull.
And his name is John C.